$20,000 for most of us. That's a lot of money. You could buy a car for that price. You could make a down payment on a house. You know what else you can do? You can go to college. According to the Federal Reserve, the average annual cost of college is $20,000. It's probably safe to say that a lot of us don't have that kind of cash stashed away anywhere and ready to pay for. So most students, they usually graduate deep in debt. But with that kind of price tag, is a degree even worth it?
Tuition, room and board, buying books. Is the diploma worth the debt?
Absolutely. I have a bachelor's and 2 master's degrees.
Absolutely not.
You know, that's a hard question to answer.
According to a new report from the Federal Reserve, the answer is yes. The average college grad paying an annual tuition of $20,000 can recoup the cost of college by age 40. And after that, the difference between earnings continues such that the average college graduate earns over $800,000 more than the average high school graduate by retirement age, making a college degree a worthy investment of your time and money.
Now, the report did go on to say that there is no definite evidence that high-cost colleges produce far superior results for all students. Well, regardless of where you go to college or what you study, one thing is for sure. Keep reaching for your dreams and your future is bound to be a bright one. And our next guest is proof. Lisa has more on that.
Well, today we're talking about an icon, someone who has built up quite the resume. She's run for president before any other woman. She has experience in the culinary arts. She's been a teacher, an astronaut, an athlete, and that's just to name a few. Have I dropped enough hints? Do you know who I'm talking about? Of course, it's Barbie. And now she's inspiring a new generation of girls. Joining us today to tell us about it are career coach GINA RUDAN and Rosie O'Neill, co-founder of the gourmet candy boutique SUGARFINA. Thanks for joining us, ladies. Now,
Thanks for having us.
Barbie has more than 150 careers under her belt, and she's launching another one. Tell us about it.
So as you mentioned, she's had 150 careers, and the great thing about Barbie is that she's always up with the times. So 2014 is the year of the female entrepreneur. More and more women are starting their own businesses and running their own companies, and Barbie is right there with them. She is showing girls that you can run a business, you can be the CEO, and you can, dream up anything that you want and create a company around that.
Yeah, no, Barbie's come a long way in the years. Why do you think entrepreneur Barbie's message is still relevant to today's generation?
I think it's relevant because we're finding that there's an estimated 10 million small businesses in this country that are run or managed by women. And the growth of entrepreneurship continues to rise, and women are at the forefront of this growth, and I don't know that that story is being told. So there's women starting businesses across this nation at a faster rate than their male counterparts. So Ruth Handler, the creator of Barbie in 1956, was also an entrepreneur. She was an inventor. I think that a lot of folks don't know the Ruth Handler story. So this is also an opportunity for us to celebrate a trailblazer who also co-founded Mattel, but extremely relevant for girls. It doesn't get better for leadership development opportunities than to inspire a girl to start her own business.
Now, I understand Barbie has certainly inspired both of you. Tell me about your journeys.
Yeah, so Barbie was a big inspiration for me in how I started my career. I've been really lucky to take something that I'm really passionate about, which is food and cooking, and I have a big sweet tooth, and I have been able to turn that into a really thriving gourmet candy business called SUGARFINA. And I remember when I was a little girl, I would kind of role play out these scenarios where Barbie and her friends were starting a bakery, they were running their own candy shop, and they weren't the customers, they were the business owners. They were launching candy shops and launching boutiques, and that stuck with me. And as I grew up, I kind of looked back on that experience with Barbie, and that was a big inspiration for me of taking something that's a passion, really following that passion and turning it into a career. And I can tell you, it's incredibly fun and incredibly rewarding.
It's a huge honor to be a Chief Inspiration Officer for Barbie, because similar to Rosie, I grew up and played with my Barbie and took her everywhere. I was an only child. I grew up in New York City. My mom would work late, and it was Barbie who, spent the nights. It was Barbie who was there for me. It was Barbie that I would invent and dream and story tell with. So for us to be here today celebrating her as an entrepreneur is big. And one thing I've learned, and I want to encourage all the moms watching, is that in order for you to move from vision to venture with an idea, all it is putting that fear in your back pocket and really deciding to take the risk. Test your ideas, play with your children more, increase your creative sensibility so that you as well can find something to innovate, answer a market need. And you know, being an entrepreneur is about risk, and women are doing it, and so can you.
That's wonderful. You both absolutely had wonderful role models. Now, tell me, what do you see for Barbie in the future?
Well, the exciting thing about Barbie is she can do anything. And as times evolve, Barbie will evolve with the times. So whatever you're going to see happening in the next couple years going on in the world, most likely Barbie's going to reflect that.
Sounds wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much, and thank you for helping us introduce entrepreneur Barbie. And if you would like to read more about Barbie's story, go to WBOC.com and click on our picture at the top of the page. Well, maybe Barbie has inspired you. Just think about it. Someone in your family could become our country's next great leader. But what does it take to raise a generation to be strong leaders in public office, business, or the entertainment industry? Experts say parents should plant the seeds early.
From the soccer field to center stage, basketball to the boardroom, women leaders may not just be born but shaped by early experiences. Kimberly Patrick started honing her skills early, growing up with 4 brothers.
If you wanted something, you kind of had to exert yourself.
Kimberly is a leader in training and education for manufacturing and the trades. Non-traditional? Maybe, but she says leaders come in all shapes, sizes, and genders.
It's a term that's used a lot today, but it's more about bringing the best out in other people. So it's more about coaching and less about managing.
Today's problems are more complex than in the past. It's a big world, so why not take advantage of building relationships and connections with other people who have different natural traits.
It's one reason experts say parents should encourage their daughters to spend playground time with boys, not to emulate them, but to learn how to get along. It's also important to expose budding leaders to different cultures. Get them involved. Girl Scout programming is geared toward evolving leaders. If that's not for them, sports helps with team building, and drama and music build confidence and presentation skills.
You keep doing the dishes, I'll keep cooking. Sounds good.
For Kimberly, her most important leadership task, serving as a role model for her 16-year-old daughter. And what is her daughter learning?
Caring for people, listening to people, that is the more effective way to get things done. And you're not going to become the enemy in the process.
Raising a new breed of female leaders for the next generation.
Experts also say community service is an excellent way to shape young leaders by strengthening communication skills, group dynamics, and teaching empathy. Well, many young ladies are entering the workforce in executive positions, and that sometimes involves sitting at a desk all day. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, could those jobs be hazardous to your health? From head to toe, find out what health issues researchers say could result from sitting all day and how to avoid them. Well, one thing we know for sure is hazardous: sitting in a hot car. It doesn't take long for temperatures to reach 117 and above. How long? We'll find out what the experts say. Unfortunately, hot summer temperatures have taken the lives of many pets, and these canines are often out in the sun working a case. How new technology is keeping them safe. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.